I have one episode of a podcast I recorded earlier this year. It's the only episode I've recorded this whole year. And recording it was hell.
Yeah.
So especially recording at home. Like, I was like, no, and I was recording with someone who was not in the same room. Also, like in LA. So, yeah,
that's a lot.
So I get it. Yeah.
I also just got mics. Like my audio, I had mics, but they were lav mics that like they're good outside, and I couldn't figure out how to get the gain down.
Yeah.
Popping all over. My first 10 episodes are just like the worst audio you've ever heard, and it's simply a podcast. Mm-hmm. So you're the second one with real audio. If I didn't fuck it up, and there's a good chance I did.
No, I think it's good. The levels look good.
Okay.
Yeah, the levels are good.
On mine too?
It's recording.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
Why are mine so little?
Because I'm just loud as hell.
I'm really loud too normally. My voice is weak today. Okay. I got scared.
And I'm all up on the mic, so I'm going to chill.
Sometimes I think of you as like not that loud.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? My dad thinks I'm the loudest person ever. Like, he's always just like...
I think it's funny that you type in all caps because when we speak, you're like relatively soft-spoken.
But that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people, that's something where it's like, I guess, because the way a lot of people see me, like, experience me is like on stage or like in music or like a sketch or something.
Your persona is uppercase.
Yeah, it's like, which is like very much like if we're hanging out, like, I'm gonna have like I am gonna be loud, but then especially if I'm like driving and stuff and like blasting music, but then or like my brother, like the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, my brother used to hate it like when we were living together because like I just wake up and I just blast music. Like I want loud 808s first thing in the morning. I don't want like
that's insane.
But then it's like loud 808 music, and then I'm transitioning to like some soft 80s like dream pop or something.
Okay.
And then like back, but yeah, I don't know. But anyways, what was I talking about?
Before the
loud.
Yeah.
I'm loud as hell. Yeah. But then also people will meet me in person and they're like, "Oh, like I thought you'd be like all crazy and like just you know, or like the first thing like people want to talk to me about is like fuck white people." And I'm like, "Or what's up?" You know, but like it's like that, like, you know, all of that is me, but at the same time it's not 24/7.
Right.
You know, like in your art it's like, okay, I'm hyper focused on this you know, this topic or, you know, thing.
That's a weird thing too with being in a community of artists that can get lost sometimes, I think, is am I friends with the persona or the person? Where's the line? It's interesting.
Yeah, no, I mean that's where it's like how I'm like, I think people that know me, like I'm like, yeah, you know me. The fact that you're like, yeah, you are like a chill, calm person, you know, like even my family, like I was so quiet as a kid. Like I was shy, quiet. So like, yeah, I am like, I love being extrovert, like out there, you know, exciting and fun. But then I also am like, I love to give back to myself and just like chill or like, yeah, have me time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's nice. It's nice to show that side too, you know what I mean? You're such a sweetie to me, and I'm sure
thanks.
When I see so much of your stuff, which I love, of course, but I know that like somebody else watching it just would never know like what a like gentle guy you can be. No,
I feel like I remember I had a friend one time who was like, can you like, we're just like, I can't imagine being a stranger in the middle of nowhere, just like seeing me like, I'm racist, all day white girls like, thank God I ain't white. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, no, it's yes. Like I'll scroll through like my TikTok and Instagram sometimes, and I'll be like, I see why I get banned and like why people are like, what the fuck? Like, you're crazy. Because I'm like, especially if you have like, also if you like, whether it's like not having the context of knowing me, but also having the context or even knowledge to have the conversation around what I'm talking about. You know, it's like, are you educated to even understand the satire? You know, like, so yeah, because I don't know. There's like, I've had people, I remember, especially when I first started posting online and like, you know, connecting with people. I remember like, especially getting like, you know, dealing with like people getting mad. There was some people where I would be like for the most part, I don't care if people get mad at me. I'm like, okay, I scroll. Like, right. I'm like,
you live in my phone.
Yeah, you know, like it's like nothing. Yeah, it's dumb.
Yeah.
I laugh. Like people be like I post the screenshots of the shit that people say to me, and like people be like, man, you okay? You good? And I'm like, yeah, like my life's dope. But like, but I remember I would there'd be sometimes like I would just troll people whenever they say shit because I'm like, keep the engagement up.
Yeah,
but then
exactly.
but sometimes there was some people that I would troll back and then I'd be like, oh, okay, no, oh wow, this is just, oh, you're just dumb, or like you just don't know, you're just a child in the middle of like, you know, Arizona or something. And then like, yeah, I just like, I'm not, that's why I was like, I can't be mad at anything because sometimes it's literally just like an idiot or just a kid or it's just, I'm never going to meet you ever in my life. So I don't care.
Does it ever bother you? Did it ever bother you?
The only time it bothers me, I think, is like if I upset the wrong people, like the people that I'm trying to support or like put on for, or like, you know, make laugh, you know. When if it doesn't connect, that's where it's like, man, you know. But I feel like I've also gotten to a point where I'm like, I feel like anything that I do is always gonna upset someone. Yeah. So not that I don't care, but I'm like, I'm always gonna be intentional and be responsible with what I'm doing and what I'm saying. But I'm not gonna, you know, like, I don't know, not gonna limit myself because like, oh, what this person might think, or this is like, hey, if I really, really believe in it and I really can stand by it and defend it and explain it, then cool. But at the same time, I'm open to the conversation. You know, if it's like, like I say, if the community that I'm like creating for and like, you know, trying to communicate and be in conversation with is like, what the fuck, then I'm like, I will listen. You know, I'm not like, I think it's dumb for an artist to be like, yeah, fuck y'all. Like, yeah, everyone's wrong. I'm right. Like, whatever. Like, even if that's what you feel like, don't you care to understand? Because maybe the next thing you do might be able to benefit from hearing, you know, both sides. But yeah, I don't know. I think for the most part, I'm like, I'm comfortable with like the backlash that might come from what I do. But I'm always, yeah. But I don't know. But it's like, you know, I'm just trying to be responsible and make sure that I know what I'm trying to get across. Yeah. You know, it's funny because I guess for me, like, what I love about, like, because I'm like, I really used it a lot. I really got into it like during quarantine, during COVID. So I'm like, no one that I knew was like I wasn't gonna run into anyone, you know, I wasn't gonna see nobody. And no one that I knew was like following me, like, because I feel like it was at a point where that period where like people were still like on Instagram more, so I was like, I can do whatever I want, you know? You never can see it. But at this, you know, I'm like, I get it, you know. I feel like no matter at any stage, it's always gonna be weird when like when you experience people talking about shit that you're making in your bedroom, like it's like ew, you're watching me. It's like, look at what
it feels intimate. Yeah, I'm playing pretend in my house. Stop it.
Yeah, no, it's strange. It's like, because especially like when you have something that really like goes like spreads around. Yes. It's like, and when you think about like if a video gets like 50,000 views or 20,000 or even 100, you're like, that's a lot of people, you know, like, what do y'all, why y'all watching me? Y'all can't be watching.
I think about the scale all the time. I think about like being in an arena with that many people looking at me and being aware of me.
Just doing some dumb shit.
Yes. Like on TikTok, 3.7 million times. Yeah. Somebody has seen my video and clicked a like.
Yep.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I've been like, it's fun though, like, you know, being at this period where like, you know, so many people like you, me, people like so many of our friends are like just having shit going all over the internet.
Yeah.
And like I'll be on the train and like, you know, you look at someone's phone and you see them watching like someone, you know, you're like, oh shit, like what, you know? But then when it does get to the point of, I remember when I first moved down to Brooklyn and because I used to live outside of the city and or not outside, I used to live in the Bronx. And I remember, you know, when I was first getting on TikTok, it's like I was there, I was at home, quarantine, you know, and then after quarantine moved down to Brooklyn, which I always used to come to Brooklyn, but like now living in Brooklyn after starting to go viral and walking down the street and people in the neighborhood being like, oh, I love your video, oh, this and that. And it's like, what?
Yes.
Like, oh, so like y'all are the, you know, hundreds of thousands. Like it's weird when it becomes in person. When you're like, oh, it's not just numbers in the cloud. It's like, oh, you're an individual. Or like I'll post shit on my story and like it's to the point now where I'm like, I can't just be like, oh, just took a shit and like someone be like, how's your shit?
Literally.
Because that happens.
That's crazy. It's crazy. I
like y'all know too much.
And especially when your life, you don't feel like you're famous. Like,
in
life. I ride my bike to work every day. I'm not famous.
Just a
but
person.
If I go out, people recognize me. And I only have like 25,000 followers.
But still, like, think,
which
like
is
I said, when you think
people.
about in a room, you know? Like, I feel like it's like the more, you know, the more numbers you get or whatever, you're always looking at the next stage you want to get to, the next, you know? It's like for me, like I have like 200,000 on Instagram and I mean on TikTok, but then there's times where it's like, oh man, but like, you know, I want to have like 500 like this person or like 1 million, but then I step back and I'm like, that's a lot of people like so paying attention to you, you know, like 25,000. That's a lot of people paying attention, you know, like there's people who can't get past 100, who can't get past, you know, like, so I'm always like, it's nuts, like that many people who are, I don't know, like it's like, but that's like the cool thing about this era of you know, the internet and like the industry or whatever, just what we do, because I'm like, wow, like you might not be like a household name, but to 25,000 people, you're a star. Like it's like, if you like, because I remember there'd be times in the past where I would be like, hey, I don't feel like posting. Like, I'm not posting for like a while. And like, I would, you know, maybe not go live or not post like consistently for like, you know, weeks or shit. And like, but then you post and people are like, where you been? And you're like, oh, like people or like, you know how I said, like people see you in the street and like, oh, I love your videos. And you're like, oh, there's people that are like waiting, like it's like you're their TV, you know. That's what all this stuff is.
And
like
they have a relationship to me, and I don't know who they are.
Bro, like people know my brother's name, like people know, like, oh, how's Benji? And I'm like, what the y'all, like, you know
us. It's like cool, but it's also insane.
Because it's like I don't know anything about you, you know, like
especially right now. I'm like, the other day I was leaving a restaurant and a girl like kind of like whispered like, I love you. And I like turned around and like waited for them to say something because I couldn't. I'm not gonna fan behavior her unless I'm sure. Like I'm not gonna. That's insane.
That's turn around like, hey, why? I'm having dinner here.
I don't sign with Blue Ink.
It's like I was talking to my lover. Like I'm not talking. To you. Like, oh,
exactly. But I turned around and all of them were like, I was like, okay. Like, and then I walked away and one was like, love your TikTok. Okay.
But then it's also funny because it's like when it's like love your TikTok, because it's like we do all this other shit, like we do stand up and it's like, oh, you love that one little thing, like, like, oh, I love that, you know, so which is cool, but it's also like, oh, like it's what's even weirder. It's like, oh, like okay,
I'm a TikToker crazy. To you.
Yeah. But it's a whole entryway into all that. Like, it's like you're going to find like that. There's going to be like that 1% of people that's like, I'm looking into everything you do. Right. There's that other few percent that gets like, you know, and they grow with you, you know, like, because it's funny. I remember I was walking down the street the other day and I was like just passing out flyers for the comedy club. And BK made comedy. And, but like I was passing out flyers and, because, you know, just trying to spread the awareness of the club. And these three dudes like were sitting at a bar. It was like, I think, a Sunday afternoon, just like 1 p.m. These dudes just sitting at a bar outside drunk. And one of them just was like, hey, you're Daddy, right? And I'm like, yeah. And then he's like, man, he starts singing this one song of mine called Guess What Ho, I'm Happy, that I put out like in 2019 or like something. So like before I ever even like
I've heard
started,
that song and it's good.
Thank you. But like, he was like, man, I love that song. I've been listening to it since, I remember 6 years ago in my dorm, like my roommate like just sent me this song and was like, yo, put this on. And since then I've been obsessed with it. I was like, what the hell? Like, and that's like before I like really had like an audience or anything. Yeah. But like, I think like the first song of mine are like really spread. But like, I was like, oh, that's crazy. Like, you know, like I'm saying, like we are, you know, you're like a star to these people, you know,
crazy.
Like they really like, there's those people that are growing with you, you know?
What does that mean to you? Like, do you feel like a responsibility to it?
I feel like, yeah, for me, it's just like, I don't know. It's like, I hate the cliche, the word that I feel like everyone's always saying is like community. But I'm really like, man, it is like building. It's, I don't know, just like I've grown with these people. Some of these people have seen me go through like, you know, real shit, like, you know, raising money for like eviction, you know, to avoid eviction, like seeing me go to red carpets and stuff. And like, and then there's new people who've just like come in recently who are just seeing like some people who just know me for like the movie stuff. But then when I post something about race, they're like, oh, wait, what the fuck? What? Like, you know, but so I don't know. I mean, you know, the responsibility for me has been like, it's not even responsibility. It's really just like, man, everything that like I'm gaining, or like all the access that I'm getting, or like knowledge or whatever, I'm like, man, I'm trying to give to these people that I've been growing with, you know? I'm like, I feel like, you know, that's why the whole idea of like an influencer or whatever, a TikToker, I'm like, there's people who literally have audiences for no reason. Yeah. It's like, and which like, obviously there's shit that, you know, in life in general, I'm like, I love Superbad, and I love you know, Lost in Translation. You know, I want some like super like serious, you know, artsy shit, and like some just fun shit. Yeah. So I get like, you know, the idea of like just fun entertainment, but I don't like, sometimes I'm like, y'all just watch like these streamers and like TikTokers like who don't say or do anything, and like there's nothing interesting. I like, all right, like, and no shade to them, like get your money, do your thing, whatever. But like, totally. I'm like, but dude, if I had that platform, like, do you like the things that I like? Because I'm like, the shit that we're already like, the shit, even just doing this, like all the shit that we're already able to do with just the followings that we have, or like the resources that we have. I'm like, do you know what I would do if I had like your audience, or like your ability to like move people to like, you know, do some shit, or even to like educate an audience, like, you know? But it's like, it's just a one-way street of like, all right, you're just benefiting, you know, off, and these people are just like taking shit in passively, versus, all right, I'm growing, I'm gaining this access, I'm doing this. Hey, take this, you know, learn that, do this, you know, or just, but also just making fun shit that actually is creative is even another thing. Yes. Like, you know, it's like, it doesn't have to be serious, but I'm just like, can you just be interesting, you know? I'm so
with you, yeah. It has to at least, but be one or the other. I agree. Yeah. It's weird to me. I hope that with success, I'm so afraid that I could slip down, because it just seems like fame and wealth can be so evil and like turn really good people into something they don't want to be. And I'm just scared of like missing those, because I'm like, it's so simple to me that with success, I would just give most of the money away and like help other people. Yeah. That is the simplest thing to me. Yep. But I'm like, well, then how does everybody not do that?
Man, because, well, I feel like because a lot of people, I think the way the world and like especially entertainment has been set up is like, you like, it's the opposite of what we're doing, where it's like you're self-reliant, you're self-sufficient, like you are building your own, you are coming in like you already have 25,000 people paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Like you have your own direct, and it's like, and they're not paying attention to you because, oh, you were on this TV show or in that movie. Like, okay, like it's cool. It's like, no, I like you. Mm-hmm. Like, I think you're dope. And like everything you do is awesome. I'm like excited to watch you every morning. Like you're in people's like group chats and shit, you know, like that, like you're like the thing that made them laugh like for that whole week. There's people like getting in trouble in class because they're like looking at their friend like, hey, you know, like, so it's like when you're coming up in that kind of way where like, let's say this podcast becomes like this huge, like multi-million-dollar, you know, income thing that you built, nobody else built it. Yeah, you can do whatever you want with the money. You can give it away. You're like, dude, I can figure this out. Like, you know how to like, you know how to build something versus these people who it's like, you have to hoard wealth and you have to like, okay, I got to be cutthroat in this and this because everything's so scarce and like, because you don't know how to, like, you're trapped in this like this industry that's just exploiting you and everybody's exploiting each other. And it's like, well, that's just how shit is, you know, we just fuck each other over. But, and you can't walk away because if you walk away, it's like, well, what do? I can't, you don't like, you're famous, you have an audience, but like, you don't know how to do, you can't just go do some shit by yourself. Like, imagine if The Rock didn't have like that whole team of people like managing his career and his life. You think he gonna know how to go start a podcast?
Right.
Like, no. Like, so versus obviously it's like, okay, with all the experience and knowledge that he has now, he probably could figure something out.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, when you come up this way, like just doing it yourself with all the tools we have access to, it's like, yeah, like you can do anything. You can, you know, and you don't need to make you also don't need to make all the money in the world. Like, it's like, not to get all preachy and everything, but I'm like today, I was like, oh, I was thinking about how like, we're really getting, like, the world is critical of like billionaires and moguls and like, you know, conglomerates and all this and that because it, you know, people like Elon and all that. It's just, okay, why do you need $300 billion and this and that? You don't, you know, it's like, why do you need more and more and more? Why do you need to own this company and that and this and this and this and like control? Because it's like for control, you know, but. And then I was thinking about like what I've been doing with like, okay, fuck Hollywood Productions and all, like whether it's, and then like the comedy club, you know, running BK Made Comedy and like putting that together. And it's like, okay, you have a movie studio, you got a comedy club. I make all my music independently. So which I'm always like, we need to make a record label, and then like got the merch, which is like a clothing line, and then I'm like, you know, a movie theater. You know, we announced a movie theater, fuck Hollywood Projections, which is like in Chinatown, and I'm like, okay, like now you got like a tiny movie theater, like it's almost like building a conglomerate. But not in an evil sense, you know? And it's not even, it's like these tiny, like a 50-seater theater, a 50-seater
like
comedy club.
Artist collective. Like,
you know? And it's like, and you're also like through the company, like putting like directors and like musicians together, like make music videos and like giving them budgets and shit. And like, even if it's just you making $100 or $500, like giving people resources to create, and then also like having the movie theater with like workshops upstairs and down and like, you know, all that stuff to build, you know, a physical space for this community that we've been building online, in person. And so it's like you're creating a conglomerate, but more so in like a community sense, you know? It's like it's just building a pipe, I don't know, just a bridge for everything. Like, okay, the label is like the musicians, you can do the soundtrack for the movies, and those directors can direct the music videos, and like we got the theater where you can premiere all this stuff, and the comedy club where, you know, the actors in the movies could do their stand-up. So it's just like, look at what we can do, like with just, and this is all stuff that's being done with just me and collectives of like other creatives, you know, like just come together.
Doing a lot with a little.
Yeah, low cost spaces and like, I don't know, actually moving the audience that you've built online to something. Because it's like what you're doing, like you got 25,000 people, like y'all can listen to this podcast, you know. It's like you can direct them to this and that, and from there it's like that goes to the shows and this and that, and like then you're touring. So it's like, man, that's why those other people can't do. They don't know how to do this, you know, like.
It's very exciting to be to be building a career that way and like not be. I feel so free that so many of the people in my life, their goals are to be given the opportunity to, and I don't really see that as a goal. I would rather like create an opportunity for myself, and I don't think there's any like morality attached to that. I don't think I'm better than anyone because of that, but. Like it's really exciting to know that like I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, no, it's the best feeling. Like I love
and it's awesome when you talk as crazy as we do.
Yeah, you know, because people are like, no, how the fuck you gonna do that?
Exactly.
How are you gonna do that? It's like I'm gonna do it. Yeah, exactly. Because like I hate waiting for people. I like why I do so much is because I hate like. Oh man, like trying to get a movie made in the movie industry is so like everyone wants to do it, but it's so slow because of the process and like the bureaucracy and like politics and everything. Like versus if you're just trying to do something with your friends, bro, you can start like it's like the movie we got the money for with A Nightmare on Malcolm X Boulevard, like started in February writing the film. And now it's like October, and we basically have the financing, like to make the movie. We're still obviously like, okay, got to finish like the paperwork and like you got to confirm like the terms, but like we've gotten a movie like financed and like funded, and we did it ourselves, and we went through the process of like, okay, like it's because it started with me and my friend who've never produced a movie, and Alexis Gordon. We've never produced a movie, but we were both like, okay, we want to make a movie, let's do it. And eventually over time we were like, okay, let's attach some other producers who've made a movie, and in the end we just did it ourselves. It was like, because everyone else, like no one else is gonna have like the hunger and the drive and like the commitment that you're gonna have. Like they're going to get it done, but it's going to take like a year or 2 years. And like, their life will go on if it doesn't happen. Your life won't. So you might as well work with your friends who are also like, yeah, we got to make this shit happen, you know, like, and it's going to happen versus like all the people who are like, how the fuck are you going to do that? It's like, well, you're going to, by the time I get it done, you're going to still be in the same position. Yeah. Not like just waiting for someone to like, can you please give me millions of dollars? Or can you please like cast me in this thing versus like, you've made your shit, you know?
The internet is really cool for now. I hope it continues being really cool. What's your plan if like I don't know what to do if the internet becomes not a thing, you know what I mean? But also, I think the internet shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah. Well, that's where I feel like I remember yesterday I posted on my story, I was like, I'm basically trying to wait. Let me find it. It's. I gotta find it. I said. I'm basically on a mission to recapture the energy I saw in the NYC creative scene between 2013 to 2016 and take it to another level. When New York City was the internet in real life. And that's basic, because that's what I feel like it felt like when I was here. Like, it's like you would see Kanye in like Soho with like Luka Sabat and like the fashion kids of like the internet. And I feel like it was the beginning of really like influencers and shit being a thing. But like it was still in person. Like if you were in New York, you were a part of that scene and you were seeing it happen versus like other people were like discovering influencers and fashion kids and this and these underground musicians who are tied into the whole streetwear shit. And I feel like, yeah, New York felt like what the internet is, where you would just discover like cool shit, you know, like it was your For You page was like the stop you're getting off at or whatever, you know, just to get all metaphorical. But like, that's what I feel like if the internet ever went away, that's what I want. And that's what I feel like I'm starting to do. Cause it's like, the comedy club, movie theater, like, bridging everything to live concerts, like bridging everything to in person, like okay, the workshops, like, you know, we can grow together, we can learn together, we can have fun together. And it you know, you're doing it again, like your comedy shows, you know, like if the internet goes away, man, hey, if you really have a community, you will find each other.
That's true.
You know? Yeah, unlike the people who are just like, I'm gonna do a little dance.
that one really bums me out sometimes, where I just see like the sexiest 18-year 1 day old woman getting, they have 1.5 million followers, and they're like,
I'm like, for what?
It's
like,
crazy. And also, like, there's a lot of 18-year-old women who have really interesting stuff to say.
Yeah, exactly.
And they could be one of them. Like, open your mouth, queen.
Literally. Like, but then, you know, I feel like sometimes this is where I get stuck, because sometimes I question how, because I feel like I feel like I'm entering a period of my life where a period of my career where I'm starting to gain access to people who I used to see from afar. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I'm seeing you as a person now. And like, not just like, I'm seeing like the things that the world doesn't see, or like hearing things. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know. It's weird. Like, there's something I question, what are the limits on like how much, like, and this is where we even go to responsibility, like how much do you have to reveal and deal with publicly when you have such a wide platform? Because the average person doesn't have to not worry, but like the average person is not, like, their thoughts and words are not getting to 1 million people, or like, you know, it's like, that's why it's easy for, you know, nobody in the middle of nowhere to be like racist, misogynistic, homophobic, whatever. It's like, yeah, like nobody's gonna, like, you know, whatever, like, or to say a slur in the middle of nowhere, like no one is ever gonna see you, or even if they find out, but like, versus, or even just to say like a political opinion, you know, like, it's easy. You are not going to be challenged. It might not have no effect on your family, your financial being, whatever. But then it's also, and versus someone who, you know, is in the opposite. But then it's also like, all right, but how much is, you know, how much, I guess, where it's like, what's the limits on your humanity? Because it's like, some shit is like, hey, dog, it doesn't matter how much this is going to, like, break my financial, you know, status or whatever. I got to say this. Or, like, that's fucked up, or this is wrong, or whatever. But, like, I don't know. It's interesting. Just, I don't know, starting to witness some of that, where you see, like, oh, you actually are really into this one thing, or you really are political, but the world will just never know, you know, like, and you put money into it and all, but, you know,
and seeing how they do it, and then trying to decide how you're going to do it as you get more money and more access, because it's like, this won't, I don't know if I can trust this to stay if I continue talking the way I do. Like,
but the thing, I feel like the thing for me is, like, I think I've accepted, I'm like, boy, the name of the company is Fuck Hollywood Productions. I've said the super nigga, thank God I ain't white. Like, I feel like I've, like, I'm always gonna say something crazy, but I guess, you know, it's like, okay, but how are you gonna deliver too? Is like the method, and, you know, the approach might change. Because I always say, like, you know, the stuff that I make is intense and crazy, and, like, you know, but then I'm always like, that's what I feel right now. Like, or that's the way I want to express right now. Maybe one day I will have no songs or no stand-up or, movies dealing with, race or the topics that I deal with, or, that's not political. Maybe I'll just be doing some dumb, silly, random shit. But I don't know. That's where it's just like, I just believe in, I got to stay true to myself. Yeah. So it's like, if I got to say something that is, controversial, I got to say it. If I'm in a period of my life where I'm like, I'm at peace and y'all deal with this, like I'm going to deal with it in some other way.
That's a good place to be. Feels good.
You got to put yourself, literally, people don't realize what they can get from just asking, like, okay, I have an idea to do this. Okay. Well, you live in this city where the person down the street might know someone who knows this person who knows this, and then, I've posted so many things on the internet, like, hey, does anyone have this? Or like, can anyone give me access to this? And it'll be like sometimes it's the most basic things. Sometimes it's the most outrageous things. And you'll be surprised who's like, oh yeah, I know how to, I have that, or I can give you that, or I know someone who can. So yeah, but pivoting and asking is
my dad always used to say, if you don't ask, you don't get.
But yeah, nothing will happen.
And they just say no, and you go, and you just are like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like bombing. It's like, what's the worst gonna happen? Unless you're a dick.
I know.
Most times it's just like, okay, like, that's it. It didn't
it's
land.
Over now.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go home and live my life.
Yeah.
And tomorrow will happen. Like, that's what it is with asking, whether it's asking for money, asking for resources, asking for permission, I don't know. It's just like, you're either gonna get a yes or a no, and you move on, and you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn, or if you're stubborn, you will never learn. And it's like, okay, like, that's how these dudes end up fucked up, or like, or you don't advance in your career, because it's like, okay, I don't know, you just, ego, so pivot and ask.
Hell yeah.
That's the philosophy.
Are you ready to answer some questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you familiar? You don't have to be. I put all the themes of the questions up here.
Uh-huh.
And you get to choose which order to do them in.
Okay.
I'll take it off the wall, and there's a question on the back.
Uh-huh.
The questions are specific to you, but if you don't want to answer one, you can take a punishment from the sea of unrevealed truths. And that's fine.
Dope. Okay. I'm gonna start with self.
Okay, amazing. Oh. What motivates you?
So many things. Sometimes it's like, I just want to piss some people off.
I love,
because I remember when sometimes I'm like, I miss, like, I look back, I'm like, I miss the way I used to post, because I'm like, man, I used to just post some shit and like people would just be fighting in the comments, especially like when the racial and political climate was even higher. Like, white people would just be so mad in my comments all the time, and I would love it, and like black people would just be roasting them, and it'd be dope. But I always felt like I was just like, it's like, I'm just dropping the bomb, and it's like, all right, watch this, and then you just watch people argue and stuff, and it's like, so yeah, pissing racist white people off. But then also, I don't know, just like, man, just the joy of it. Like, me and my girlfriend always like, whatever happened to people just doing shit just for the fun of it, just cause, it's not cause like you're gonna make some money, it's gonna go viral. It's like, I just wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And it was it was really, really dope. Like, that's, I don't know. She does that a lot. Like, she does like she's done some dope events and shit, and like, or just like dope shit.
Like, and creativity for creativity's sake.
Yeah, just for the fun, just cause why not, know? And like, that's where I'm at now, where I'm like, yeah, okay, let's do a comedy club, just cause, like, nobody's asking for this. And that's the thing, as an artist, no one is asking for anything you want to say or make or do. Like, especially with on TikTok or the internet, like nobody is asking for you to post.
Right.
But then you do, and then people are like, "Oh shit, I want more, I want more, I want more." So, yeah, just fun, just the fun of doing it.
I love that.
Yeah,
I've been very like repeating "joy is resistance" to myself, and trying to remember because it's been so bad.
Yeah,
and I want to do so much, but as a comedian, I'm like, okay, well, this is also. I'm trying to remember that it is also important that you have to like say stuff, but also laughing and having fun and just doing goofy shit is like equally as important in the sustainability of the fight.
Yeah.
Which is part of it, which I think is cool.
Yeah. You got to be a person.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just be, cause it's like, especially that's the downside of like, okay, you know, the internet and everything being cool and having all the access to do shit. It's like, yeah, your life can turn into just I wake up, I posting on TikTok, I'm doing the podcast on this and that, and then I go do a show, and like after the show is the hang, which is also work and this and that. But like, yeah, we have to be intentional of like, all right, let me just hang out. Let me go like I remember I think last year or 2 years ago, I got so into just like first I got a bike. And then I was like, whoa, it's so fun.
Around New York, it's the best thing in the world.
Especially an actual bike, not an e-bike. Like, e-bikes are fun, but man, like a bike, I love it. But just zooming around, however you get around. But anyways, so I got a bike, and then also, I was like, man, I just started laying in the grass.
Love.
I was like, bro, this is fun. Yeah. Like just laying down and like doing nothing. Yeah, it's important.
Hell yeah.
It's important. You gotta take care of yourself.
You gotta. It's hard to remember. There's a lot of bad shit to be doing.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of good shit to be doing.
Yeah, especially in New York.
Yeah.
You know, you can do everything you want to do.
And not only that, but like we both have very creative, talented friends.
Yeah.
That I also want to support.
Yeah.
All of those things together, it's a lot. It's a lot to do.
There's always shit, and you're a very supportive person. I feel like you pull up to a lot of shit.
Thanks, I like to.
Yeah.
That's important to me.
We need that. People, yeah. Creative supporting creatives is key. Key. We need more of that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of people. It's easy to get into like whether it's as a comedian, like you just perform. So you don't really, you don't want to go to a show because it feels like work or something. Right. But like, or it's like you only go for like to the network or whatever, and like you don't actually watch the show.
Yes.
I'm like, no, I like to go to a show and actually watch it. Like I want to see my friends performing. I want to listen to the songs.
Yeah.
I'm not just like trying to be in the green room. Like the green room hang is fun too, but
I'm gonna be in and out though.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be watching.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm here to support as well.
Yeah.
So people gotta support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, which one next?
Naughty.
Okay. What did I write this one? Oh, okay. What is the ideal dynamic between you and a sexual partner?
Man, it's got to be like, okay. Yeah, like bro, I'm you gotta be a clown. Like I'm like so silly.
Sex jokes,
bro. But even like in bed, like yeah. I'm like, bro, not I'm not running bits, but like not you should never be running bits while fucking. But like
switching accents,
yeah, but to be silly or goofy or like, but then also I'm like, man, yeah, just man, goofy. Like it's like you gotta be silly. Like it's gotta be free, Because I'm like, that's the thing. Like for me, I always say like, man, as a partner, I wanna please my partner, So it's like, whatever your freak is, I wanna find out. I wanna try. I wanna explore.
Yeah.
So, but you gotta be free. You gotta be yourself, because that's how I carry myself in life in general. I'm like, I am me. So like, that's what it's got to be sexually too. It's like, yeah.
I definitely, that's a really interesting thing for you to say it that way, because so many people come into sex with like roles that they're playing, and you can tell when you're hooking up with somebody, you're like, what did you just say? Like, you're being insane. Where did you see that? Like, it's so crazy the persona that people put on.
It's like, you've never been this before.
And like, it's very weird, I think, to be like physically vulnerable, but then not mentally. I'm like, no, you should be being yourself. I should be speaking to you right now. And it's not like big dom guy. Like, fuck you.
Because it's one thing to be more of yourself versus like being like being more expressive or like showing a side of yourself that you don't usually show versus like putting on an act, you know, because that's a whole different thing.
It's weird.
It's like, hey, whoa, get the fuck, like, we're inside each other.
Literally.
This is not you. The person inside is, I'm not feeling this.
It's crazy. It's crazy that you're doing this right now. Dude. Sometimes they do just the craziest stuff. Oh my fucking God.
Like, whoa, what just happened?
Like, for real. And where did the switch up happen? I feel like I'm on The Mask.
Yeah, who? What?
You should have to tell me if you're gonna like start with a voice.
Yeah,
they'll drop their octave.
I think I remember one of my friends was telling me she was like, this dude was just like, he started hooking up with her in like in an accent, like he just put on an accent, like and is that a thing?
Yes. I'm telling you, they're insane.
That's the thing.
These are porn-addled brains. Like, they're doing crazy stuff, and women aren't watching porn the way men are, so it's just like, what in sweet fuck did you just say to me? They're doing crazy stuff. They'll switch languages. They didn't tell you they spoke another language. They're starting to, you're like, don't speak to me in your mother tongue. I'm fucking pissed off.
Give me a warning. Like, that's, They'll
start using words they've never used before. They clearly, like, listen to like some audio erotica and are like parroting the story. It's so scary.
Ew.
This is really gross.
Ew. That's the thing. It's like, as a dude who does not have sex with straight dudes,
count yourself lucky.
It's always, but it's like it's like the cliche of like how like, I don't know, just it's like, even like when like the cliche when people are like, okay, every guy says they don't know like someone who's assaulted someone, but every girl has been assaulted. Like, but just like the more you I don't know, just the more you talk to women, bro, the more you understand like men suck. But like,
real.
But like, even just as far as like, you know, sexually or dating and stuff like that, like it's like, oh, the shit that like I will never experience, like, or like, you know, the cliches that come with like dudes and shit. I'm like, whoa, that's people dropping octaves and accents and shit.
Yes.
Like, speaking
it is crazy being friends with men and having those like frank conversations, because there's just like, especially with straight men, because so much of it is being something that society wants you to be. You guys don't know each other at all.
That's why it's also like when you hear about like your own when you hear about like people, when like as a dude, when you hear about dudes, you know, and you're like, oh, that's what you're like. You like, you know, whether it's good or bad or like just funny or weird.
Like, you're that woman's baby girl. Yeah, that's crazy.
You know, like, I don't know.
You make me call you Big D. Like, stop.
Yeah. You know, like hearing hearing two people, you know, hook up, and like hearing the dude side.
Oh my.
Versus like the true side.
Yeah.
It's like the more embellished. Yeah.
It's good. You gotta hear from the guy first. Hype him up, so happy for him, and then you have the real debrief with the woman, and you're just like, oh.
Like, so what really happened?
When do you think you were like just raised as like a like, are you just like into your mom? Do you think she's like a cool woman?
I feel like
or did you have to learn that like women are people with usually correct opinions?
I feel like, I don't know if I was ever like super aware of like you know, I'm like, I was raised as just a boy, and so, but then I feel like I know, like in high school, like I got into first just psychology. Then and I was always like, oh, maybe I want to be not to be like I was studying women's brains now, but like at first it's gonna lead to something. But I was like, I was getting into psychology, and I had like a lot of I feel like I like in high school I had a lot of like friends that were just girls, and like a lot of dude friends too, but like yeah, just was always cool with girls, and then like in college, I remember like my freshman year. This is gonna connect it to my freshman year. Like you know how like I don't know how it was at other schools, but at mine it was like you get a slot, like a time to submit the schedule that you want, like the classes you want. You get like a time when it's okay, you got to submit. And I went into the shower like the summer going into freshman year, like 10 minutes before it was time to submit. And I was like, oh, I'll have time. It's okay. I'll, 10 minutes, I'll get back and submit. I get back like maybe 2 minutes after and everything's like full and gone. I was like, oh, shit. So then I had to look and find like some classes to take. And there was one that filled up a credit that I needed, and it was called Medieval Misogyny.
Whoa.
And I was like, what's that? And then I took it, and it was just like studying.
In high school?
No, in like freshman year of college.
Oh, okay.
So it was
That's
like
sick. That's such a cool class.
It was dope. It was like it was all about like studying just studying the history, but with, breaking it down from like roots of aspects of misogyny, like from the Bible, from Genesis to, the medieval age and everything, and then connecting it to modern times. And this is like my first time, being this is my first time being in a room and being like not being a minority, like not being like being the oppressor,
yes.
Like I'm a black man, but then I'm in this room where I'm like the only straight cisgender dude,
right?
With all these women and gay dudes. And I was just like, oh, and I just gotta listen. It's like when Blurred Lines is like came out and like people were like, that's misogynistic, and I was like, bro, I don't know I never heard what y'all talking about. Like, that's a good ass song. But like, cause I'm just coming from Georgia. And then I was like, I'm looking at the music. Oh, that is, yeah. Oh, yo, God don't like women, dog. Like, but then,
dead ass.
But then from there it was like, oh, I got it. I was like, oh, this is like really dope. And I liked it. And, just learning. And then I was just like, oh, like taking more gender studies classes and like I would always take I would always just take classes in
the power of education.
So then I became an ally.
But like do you ever talk to like a STEM guy who never had to take a humanities class, and you're just like, yeah, that's why we're here, because they need to read one book by a woman,
and they will never understand.
They don't read books, period.
No, exactly.
But if they do, they're written by Elon Musk.
Yeah,
and like,
fuck. No, it's
that's so beautiful. Like, that's exactly what we should be doing. It's just learning and then having good opinions.
It's so simple. That's why when people are like, man, we can't be teaching kids about the gays and this and that, or like all this, gender stuff. I'm like, do you know, like, it would do so much for kids to like grow up just like, whether it's like you believe in it or not, it's like, but even just knowing, just being aware, exposing, like that. People are like so afraid to expose kids to shit, but I'm like, that's what you're supposed to do. It's like expose them
to all of it.
Yeah, it's like show them this is what's in the world. Like otherwise, that's how kids grow up to be like crackhead junkies and shit. Because it's like, I didn't know nothing. Then I got out of my house and I took a hit of coke.
And then I'm here, and this is the coolest thing I know about.
Yep, exactly. So I'm like, yeah, you gotta let the kids know everything.
I love that that's where we got to from what's the sexual dynamic.
Yeah.
Which one next?
Finances.
Okay, will you grab it for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I touch it. That's what I do with I keep.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Do you have a financial safety net? How do you make money work when you are so committed to your art?
Oh, this is good because I feel like this is a period of life that I'm getting into. So I feel like, I don't necessarily have a financial safety net right now because I thought, okay, we raised the money for the movie, and and there's even a GoFundMe for like the Super Nigga film, which has like 5,000 whatever, but it's like everything that's all the money that has been raised, people are always like, oh, that's so dope, congrats, and people will even joke like, man, when you gonna give me some money? You just getting all this money. And I'm like, it's not my money. Like, this is going into a movie. Like, you start LLCs, you start a company for each thing. Like, it's not my money.
I can't pay rent with that.
Yeah, exactly. But then I feel like it's been interesting getting into this period where, like, okay, you got this audience that is excited about you, that's supporting you, and is, whether it's people investing in some of the projects or like buying tickets to events or buying merch. It's like, okay, like there's money that, is circulating in this thing. But I was like, how do you get to a point of being like sustainable? How do you actually take care of yourself? And I was like, oh, okay, well, you got this company, Fuck Hollywood Productions, that's getting a lot of attention and love and support. And people want to, see the movies. People love the culture of it. You've gotten people to give you money for movies. Well, what if you got money for the company?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, then you can actually fund, like, okay, I can fund, like, shoots. I can fund, like, events. I can fund merch, this and that, without, like, having to, like, I was like, oh. Because it came from a pivot, because there was a period where we were like waiting for the money for Malcolm X Boulevard, A Nightmare on Malcolm X Boulevard, and I was like, okay, I don't know if this movie's gonna happen or when it's gonna happen. So, but we see that we've been able to raise like 50,000 on Kickstarter or whatever. I was like, okay, well, what if we did that again for another movie that's like $50,000? And then, like, I remember I started talking about it, and I was like looking for money for it. And some people, like a few people were like, oh, I'll give you like 5,000. I'll give you this much. And I was like, okay, cool. And then eventually we got the financing for Malcolm X Boulevard. And I was like, okay, well, we don't need to make that movie anymore. But then I was like, oh, those people that were like, I'll give you money for the movie. Y'all want to give money for it because y'all love them. It's because I feel like the people who are getting involved in the movies are like, don't just love the story, but also the way that we're making it, where it's like, okay, independence and like ownership and, outside the system and profitable too. So I was like, oh, then why don't do y'all want to invest in the company? And so that's been like the thing now where I'm like, okay, like starting to raise money and like people are giving money. And then even like, I remember one dude was like, I'll give you like $500. And I was like, okay, that's not really like enough for me to like give you like a return on your investment, whatever. But what if I like offered mentorship or like guidance? Like, he's also a filmmaker, and like he was like, yeah, that's what I wanted. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I posted out on my story, and then somebody else was like, yeah, I want that too. And I was like, oh, so it's like starting to understand how to, it's, what we were saying before, like build your own ecosystem. Where it's like, oh, like I can make money as like through selling stuff, tickets, events, or merch, but then I can also like sell my knowledge. I can, and it's not even, I mean, it's like
the different like values that you can barter.
Discovering your values, or like, oh, like I got this company, like you can get some money for that, and it doesn't mean like getting the most like, biggest money in the world, but even if you get like $5,000 or $7,000, like, okay, now we have money to operate and like, plan ahead. Like, okay, like we could think for 2 months ahead, where we don't have to be like, I need to make this much money like today, so it's like the beginning of a safety net kind of being built. But that's like what we were saying before, of like building this whole ecosystem, that these people can't do, and why they have to hoard all their wealth. I'm like, no, you can do the complete opposite, and you can just be a good person.
Yeah. And there's always more.
Yeah. And then
if you believe and work that way, like, it becomes that way.
Yeah. And then it's also like I remember when I was going through financial stress and like, struggling with my housing and stuff. And like, I remember one person messaged me on Instagram, like someone that I don't know, just a follower, was like, you should do another GoFundMe and like ask for more money. And I was like, no, I'm not, like, bro, I'm not doing that. Like, I did it once. I'm not doing it. Like, you know, like that's already it was embarrassing. It's a lot and this and that. And they're like, no, you got to do it. And another person said it. And then I got on the train one day, like by my old apartment, and somebody looked back, like somebody in front of me looked back at me and was like, oh, you're the dude that I was telling to get a GoFundMe. And I was like, you just called me broke. And then she was like, yeah, but really you should do it. And like, and she was just explaining to me like, no, like, you know, you got supporters, like you have a community and this and that. And I was like, yeah, that's like the cool thing. Like, you know, whether it's on the getting through a tough time or getting to this point where building a company and finding investors, or, you know, through the community, or people who looking for mentorship or this and that. I'm like, oh yeah, like you're literally building this community, this ecosystem that's, you know, in your control, in the sense where you can just build a life doing what you want to do. Like I can just do the shit that I want to do and like find a way to make it work. And it's like, you don't even have to have a physical product, just a thought, an idea. Like I can always generate some kind of income or like value, you know, build value. So like, yeah, I'm like, I'm at the beginning of like finally starting to figure that out and like get some kind of stability. Yeah.
That's exciting. Yeah.
Thanks, dog. Thanks.
That's huge. It's hard. It's hard to put in years of, I believe in this and I'm going to keep doing it, but like, I'm like not in a good place.
Yeah. Dude. It's like, but man, you have, I don't know. It's like, you find ways to make it work. And it's like, you know,
the struggle's good for the art a lot of the time too.
Yeah, but it's also like, you don't have to, not that you don't have to struggle. It's like, but like through the struggle, like you should find ways to like survive, whether it's like, okay, how do I take care of myself? Like, what do I need to, because for me, it's like, bro, learning to downsize, learning to, get creative, but then also get responsible, and grow up. No, it's, it's, you know, it's all, not that it's all worth it, but it is. And yeah, you just, don't give up.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Art or politics next?
Ooh, damn, it's crazy. This would be the pair that I end on. Politics first.
Okay. What moment in your life really radicalized you?
I feel like there's a few things. I mean, there's like layers, because I'm like, I feel like for one, I grew up in a household that was already very political, because like my parents are from the Congo, and I feel like growing up, like I understand it more now, but like as a kid, like there would always be like parties, like African parties, where like you know, you go to a family's house and all the kids are in one room, the adults are all in like the living room, they're like hanging out, like, you know, music, drinking, food, and it's fun. But then there would always be that one point in the night where it'd be all the adults, but especially like all the men are just like drunk and like arguing about politics and complaining about the same dictator for like every single year of my life. It'd be like the same dictator who's still president. And I'm like, and it wasn't until I grew up where I'd look back and I'd be like, damn, they still talk about the same dude. What? Like, that's crazy. But like, yeah, that kind of shit. And like, and you know, my mom's side of the family was like in politics. And my dad worked in politics too. So there was always I guess, not like some sense of like, not radicalized, but definitely being politically aware, and like, you know, knowing about like speaking out and like, yeah. So I don't, but then like, and in my life, you know, like traveling around, like moving from Egypt to Ireland and this and that. So like, experiencing difference and being aware of that, and then also learning about like Ireland's history being oppressed, by the British.
Where did your family settle in
Dublin.
Oh.
Yeah. So learning about the struggles over there, but then moving to America. So it's like I remember when I first moved to America, like it was my first the first area we lived in was like an all black area, and it was like our first time living around black people.
Yeah.
And I remember like I went to school the first day and like I had all black teachers, and that was my first time having a black teacher. I didn't know that was legal, like like the first teacher that I had on the first day of school, like every morning, was our social studies teacher, and this was like a super like political like pro-black teacher, and like so he was like, I'm gonna teach y'all the textbook, but I'm also gonna teach you everything that's cool. Not in the book. And he really cared about his students. Mr. Outler at Miller Grove Middle School.
Shout out.
I don't know I forgot what school he's at now, but in Georgia, but awesome. So 2014, because I was thinking of like the I can't breathe statement. I remember like I was in film school at NYU, and so wait, sorry, just one second. Okay. So I was at NYU in film school, all these rich white kids, and like
your favorite place to be.
That also radicalized.
Oh my God, being around like real wealth.
Yeah, and it's like those cool people, but there's also like you just seeing different realities.
Yeah.
And during that time period, I remember there was all the protests, like when everyone was saying, laying outside, like yelling, "I can't breathe" and stuff. And I remember there was like one day where I was going to my dorm at Union Square, and there was like all these like people just laying on the ground, and they're yelling out, "I can't breathe," and there's all these cops like in military gear just like standing around watching. And I remember like passing by, and no, I was not part of the protest. I was not being a good black person that day. But I was passing by the protest, and I remember one of the cops said to the other cop, like jokingly and laughing, he was like, "If you can't breathe, how are you yelling? Like, how are you able to like protest?" Or like, I don't know, some dumb joke. And I was like, damn, like that's crazy. Like, I don't know, that's a period that sticks out, because I remember then like I made like a film. I made a film about it. For like one of my class projects, and I was like, but also I don't know, but I'm like, no, that's not even, because I'm like, even there was projects before that where like there was always some kind of I don't know, I guess maybe that 7th grade teacher, but I feel like I just always had interest in like history, but then like black history, and like especially in different parts of the world. And like, cause I remember like in my senior year of high school, like we had early leave or whatever. And this is gonna sound so stupid, and like if I get really famous in like 20 years, people are gonna be like, this guy was a fucking nerd, or just like reaching, I'll get canceled for this. No, but like I remember I would like leave school and like go to Barnes and Noble and like read books and shit. And like there was like one, like I'd read shit like Frederick Douglass's like autobiography. Like just I remember I think I read it in like a day or in like 2 days, just sitting down, just yep, this is cool, But like, so I don't know. I just always had like it's just been a gradual, journey.
Yeah,
it's always popped up in different aspects of my life. So, and even like, and family that came before me.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, it's I think the moment doesn't make sense in that question.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that's really cool. How lucky to have like male educators.
Yeah.
setting a good example for masculinity early on. Yeah. That's huge. Because I feel like so many men, even if they have if they have any activism, they get mired in the misogyny a lot of the time. Yeah. And so it's so nice to see that you had such positive representation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like that program that I was talking about, like in middle school in 7th grade, it was called the Best Men program.
Oh, that's cute.
And that's like, it's like we were living like in a hood adjacent area where it's like we're in the suburbs, but right across the street is a very hood neighborhood, and the school you go to is like where everything connects. So like it was a lot of kids who like grew up in single parent households or like didn't have like a lot of positive male role models, and you got these two it was 3 teachers who or I think 2 3 who were just running this program, and like it's like an after school program. But then also one of them was always like he was like the counselor that like everyone was like, yo, that's the cool guy, like that's the dude, like he and he was always fly, wore like dope suits and everything, and people would just hang out in his office like during lunch, and later in life I discovered, like when I was in college, like he moved up to New York as well, I discovered he was gay, and I was like, man, we had a dope like just like gay counselor that like everyone was like, yo, that's the dude, like all these little boys were looking up to this gay dude, and I'm like, yo, that's sick. That's sick. Dope. Yeah, and then like to have all the other the 2 other dudes as well like leading this program together, like I don't know, it's definitely, I don't know, I'm always like, I'm grateful for the whole journey that I've had, because I'm like, I've been in a lot of dope spaces that I'm like, a lot of people would not have access to that, so
that's so cool. It's also, we can't understate how important like still cool like fly masculine representation is. It can't all be like soft film boy with a patchy beard. No offense to that community, but
it's like we
sometimes
need it
they
all.
have to be like cool. We
need it all, like,
and different types of cool. It can't just be this like this soft gentle is great, but there are other brands, and especially for young men who are some of the what you might be like classic trappings of masculinity. We need to blend those things because it needs to look cool. These young men are straying from the light of
it's a
God
mess.
Who hates women, like
literally. No, it's but no, I mean, it's like it's gotta come in all shades, because I mean that's like any community, like there's never just one type of people, but like it is funny though, like how to get boys to like, yo, that's cool, okay, now I like it, versus if it's not cool, then it's you don't get behind it. But like because I remember
like we have to have like good men who also like get pussy. You know what I mean? Like you do have to have that.
So you still got to be the guy.
Like, you have to have some like motion for sure.
So I don't want to look up to a nerd. I mean, look at these all, because that's the thing. That's, you don't want to get in a position where it's like, I don't understand people who look up to Elon Musk and Trump.
That's what I'm
They're like,
saying.
That's the cool guy.
Doc Mago. Shut the fuck up.
He's so fucking cool. I'm like, what?
That's what I'm saying. We've strayed so far. There are like cool guys in the world.
There are cool guys that are good. Like, and it's funny how like, because in the past it was like the cool guys are like, oh, these are the bad guys, and the nerdy dudes are like, these are the good guys who like, you know. But then now it's like, no, it's like the nerds are like, get the fuck away from me, you weirdo.
So weird. Gross.
Yeah. We
gotta get into it. A lot of, maybe not a lot, but like I know some cool rappers who are like Amine is a cool one.
Yeah.
Like, like great ideas and like cool about things. But also like fly as fuck. Like, yeah. Like that guy can dress. He is his taste is impeccable. We need more of those.
We need...
But still, like, talking crazy.
Yeah.
Did you listen to his most recent album?
No, I haven't. I remember the last thing of his that I listened to was like, there was a mixtape that he put out, and I was like, this is sick. And it was like...
The kind of like hyper poppy one?
No, maybe before... Let me see.
I'm a big Amine fan, unfortunately. Like, not unfortunately, I love him.
No, hey, so represent.
He's one of the people that I'm like a real fan
His
of.
music videos are always dope, too.
So
good. Does he direct them, too?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. No, his creative direction is...
He's always dressed really cool. His merch is good.
Yeah. No, it was... Yeah,
his sneakers with New Balance are sick.
2.5.
Yeah.
And 1.5, yeah.
Oh, 1.5 is so good.
Yeah,
the feature with Rico Nasty on there is really good. Sugar Parents. Yeah, I love him. And he's grown a lot. You should listen. I think you would like his most recent project. It's good. Oh, right. It's very like Ethiopian. He's Ethiopian.
Yeah.
It's very inspired.
13 months of sunshine.
Yeah, which is the slogan of Ethiopia, I guess.
Shit.
It's really good. But one of the songs starts with, after I nut, it's like a truck hit me.
Yeah.
Like, we need that.
Yeah. Yeah, just talk your shit.
I need like a dumb stoner guy to also believe women are people.
Come on now. Yeah, cause I mean I feel like that's the thing about like, I don't know if it's this connects with, I feel like, what I was saying about letting kids explore. Like, when you let people explore, because of like the algorithm, TikTok, For You page and everything, we really get to like discover shit that we would have never been, like, unless you went to a library and looked through all these books. Like, I can just discover some shit like randomly just from a scroll, that I wasn't looking for. That might put me onto some other shit, whether it's like a different taste of music, or like getting into a philosophical idea, or, caring about having empathy for people, like, that's why we're in a period where like the idea of a jock or like the cool kid in the movie isn't what it was in the 90s, where it's like, oh, that's just the ditzy brats who like don't know shit, versus the nerds are the ones who are like reading and have. It's like, no, now you can be cool and be like,
dare I say you should.
Yeah, you can be into shit, versus like you can be a fully well-rounded person. Like, yes, I have style. Like, I'm a nerd and I'm fly as fuck. Yes. It's not like, You
don't have to have a neck beard to like know things.
No, exactly. Yeah. Like, we have the access.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So, yeah, no, it's
good answer. All right, last one. You ready?
That was politics.
That was beautiful. Oh my gosh, these are killing me today. All right. Oh, this is a good one to end on. Across your work, what is your message?
Oh, shit. I feel like at its core, it kind of goes back to like, guess what, ho, I'm happy, and like that period of my life. Because I feel like it's very easy for people to look at my work and look at me and just be like, okay, like, he's just all about saying controversial shit and being like, fuck white people and blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, it's more than that. It's really just like, man, I don't know, say what you really feel, like, it's really be yourself. That's like, it's like, goes back to even like this whole sexual dynamic shit. Like, be yourself, bro. Like, love yourself, be yourself, say what you want to say, do what you want to do. That's like, the comedy club, the movie theater, fuck Hollywood Productions. It's like, okay, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to try what I want to try. And this is what I'm into. And if it doesn't work, oh, well, I like it. I tried,
But by the way, it's working.
Thank you.
Which is
thank
chill.
you. It's like, I was looking at, my brother and I were looking at like my music streams, and we were like, damn, remember back when it was like every song was like negative, like under 1,000 and shit, and like it was so hard. And it's like, that's why I say, like, there's so many failures before, that lead up to the wins, but it's like, yeah, like, had to go through that to get to this. And like, even Guess What, Home Happy, like, that was like my first song to get like 100,000 streams, and that was like, I wrote that when I was going through a period of being like broke and unemployed, and I don't know where my life's going, and like, but yeah, but still just being vulnerable about it. Like, all right, I'm gonna put it out, and this is what I feel.
Yeah.
So being yourself, because that's even when I'm saying like thank God I ain't white, or like talking about racism or whatever. It's like
because I like how I am.
Yeah, you know, it's like I'm always coming at it. I would say like my work is always coming from an angle of like even when I talk about like whether it's racism, oppression, whatever, I'm always talking about it from a perspective of, man, I'm never seeing myself as beneath anyone or like less than. It's always like, even if this shit's fucked up or whatever, like I believe myself. I believe I can do whatever I want to do, and nothing can get in the way of it. Like, and if there is something that is in the way of it, I will find a way through it. Yeah.
And I get to have fun and say fuck you if you can't handle that I like myself.
Yeah.
Literally get fucked.
Yeah, and that's also even like it connects to like we were like people who trap themselves in a career that they, whether it's a career or a class or a way of life that you hate, because for me I would say like, man, I'm happy that I have built an audience the way that you're building an audience, where it's like off of just doing and saying what I want to do and say, and they fuck with it, versus like a lot of people who they've never said anything political, they've never said what they really feel, and then like what we've seen with like Palestine or Zoran or whatever, like people I'm like, my lip was dry.
Oh no. I was like, did your tooth fall out?
No, I was trying to like bite like my lip, but then I was trying to talk, so like but so close my mouth and open. But people who have built a platform off of just like, hey, look at this cool shit that I do, and then now when shit gets real, it's like, what do I do? I don't know. Should I say something, this and that? Like, versus for me, I'm like, dog, I'm saying fuck Hollywood Productions. Yeah. I'm like, this is what I want to say. This and like, there's never like, there's always, obviously it's like, there's things that I question about, like, should I do this? Should I say this? But like a human, but like but then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this. Yeah. All right, fuck it. It's fun. So
that freedom is very powerful.
Yeah, and because if you build your life and your career with your freedom, you will never be a slave to anyone else's, decision or rules or control.
And the environment is looking very slave-like in so many ways. Like, it is so powerful to step outside of these systems that...
Yeah.
People on TikTok were mad at me that I was like, we live under wage slavery. And they were like, how dare you, like, compare? And I was like...
Dog.
Look around.
It's like, are you making enough to survive? No. Are your basic
and
needs
we don't have a choice.
No,
and
exactly.
Like, and it just came from the carceral state. Like it's like so clear that it's like A to B to C.
But people are like, that's controversial.
Yeah, that's fucked.
That's why, like, I remember when I realized I was controversial, I was like, me? What? And then I'm like, oh, yeah. The way you say these things is controversial. But I'm like, but what I mean is not so controversial.
Exactly. I know. My mom says that all the time. She's like, well, what if you said it in like a way that wasn't like, fuck, bitch, cunt? Yeah. Like,
that's not gonna stop anyone in their tracks. And
I don't think I can. Yeah.
It's also like that's not you. It would be somebody else. Like there's
also,
someone else.
Yeah, bitch, I'm mad about it, and I get to be.
Exactly, and there you go with another bitch.
Yeah, of course.
But that's real, because it's like, man, like, yeah, I feel like I remember like the amount of times that my family would like try to get me to like, maybe you would have toned this down, or like maybe you shouldn't say this or this and that. Like even. Like, my dad, for the longest, was like, maybe you shouldn't call your company Fuck Hollywood Productions, because what if the industry doesn't like it and this and that? And then now I'm like, Dad, like, every time I meet someone in the industry, they're like, I love your company name.
Yeah.
Or they're like, I've been wanting to say that too, but I can't, so thank you for saying it. And I'm like, see? But, like, it's the fun thing is always, like, when you're just being yourself and it works.
Yeah.
And you're like, told y'all, like, but even, and especially when it goes through the period of, like, nobody's getting it, it's not working and this and that, and then finally it's like, yeah,
that feels good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing the pod. Can you please plug all of your things?
Okay. When do you think this would be up?
Probably in 2 weeks.
Okay. Well then, all right. come to BK Made Comedy Club, where I am the creative director and booker. Mm-hmm. It's a new Bushwick comedy club. New comedy club in Bushwick, a 50-seater room where we have dope headliner lineups every week. We keep them nice and tight. 4 comics doing a dope like hour to 90-minute show, and nice little boutique comedy club is what I call it. Mm-hmm. We got a green room too, but yeah, and it's BYOB, and there's a deli right next door, so you can get your food and your drink. It's dope. I love it. It's my favorite place to be. And then, other than that, you can watch Super Nigga on YouTube, which is my short film, and then donate to the help us build a studio by donating to the GoFundMe for Fuck Hollywood Productions. We're trying to raise $10,000 for operating costs. And then just watch all my shit on TikTok and Instagram at Director Daddy, and listen to my new song "Racist." I feel like I'm gonna stop.
All of the above will be.
And then come to Fuck Hollywood Projections in Chinatown, the new movie theater.
That's right.
And I think that and buy some merch, because there's Fuck Hollywood Productions.
It's good merch too. It looks nice.
Thank you. I love it. It's my new uniform.
Yeah.
Buy a hoodie at FHP.studio.
Everything will be linked in the notes. Check out all of it. It's all worth seeing and listening to.
I'm
and
out
donating
of breath.
to.
Yes, thank you. Mm-hmm. I'm out of breath. I think that's everything. Unless I'm missing. Hey, if there's anything, I'll put it on my story.
Okay.
Like, I didn't promote this. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my brother always gets on me every time. He's like, you didn't promote this. And you didn't promote this.
It's a long list, man.
Yeah. We got shows did I say we got shows every Friday at BK Made Comedy Club? Every Friday at 8 p.m. Every Friday. $15.
Yay, good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay.